Om Namah Shivaya. I am Professor rudramohapatra from Bhubaneswar, Odisha. I am an astro researcher. So, let me say you something about the astrological education in India. Many of my students they ask me that, sir, what are the scope of astrological education in India, or what are the institutions those provide astrological education in India? This is a very good question for general information also. If you remember, uh, in one of my videos, possibly the title was Astro Research or Astrology and Research, I was saying that how astrology got approval from UGC. So let me explain those things in details. Astrology was in the hand of few traditional Brahmin families in India. There were Brahmins from northern India. There were Brahmins from southern India. If I can name them from southern India, the Nambuttari Brahmins. From northern India, the Gherwal Brahmins. I have read those things from books. Uh, there were also many Brahmin sects, those who were maintaining the tradition of astrology. In fact, all the labor or division of work in Indian society were caste oriented initially, and that was the major reason why caste were formed as a part of division of labor, not precisely as a social hierarchical system, which was later on gradually or automatically developed. So anyway, so astrology remained as a tradition. Like my father is an astrologer, so I will become one. Then again son, then again son, like that. It is in your lineage, or what we call is kula, bangsa, whatever you can understand. Uh, but it was not into the educational curriculum uh, till uh, uh, 90s, I'll say, when B.V. Raman established ICAS or Indian Council for Astrological Research. So B.V. Raman is the person who is known as father of modern astrology. That means the current astrology we are following, or the Hindu astrology, you can say, tried his best to bring astrological studies into curriculum. As a consequence, he established the ICAS. but it was not an official recognition. So then there were court cases, other things. Finally, 2001, astrology got approval by UGC. Now, if we talk of astrological education, so mostly the Sanskrit departments of colleges and universities, based on the demand, I'm repeating, based on the demand and growth of the department, they are introducing or operating the course of astrology. It is not everywhere, honestly, because same thing demand how many people will go for astrology. So officially, a person needs uh, to be a Sanskrit scholar or a graduate in Sanskrit to do MA in astrology, then PhD, then other things. Now your question is, are we all are not Sanskrit scholars? How we will do that? So you have to go for institutes like now it is known as K.N. Rao Institute of Astrology, which was earlier Bharatiya Vidyavan, ICAS, or other institutes are there where astrology is being taught as a certificate course. As a certificate course. Just keep in mind that as the discipline is approved, so institutes are delivering the certificate course. Like physics is approved, so some tutorial they are teaching physics, some colleges, private colleges they are teaching physics. So like that. So the certificate course you are doing in any institute, uh, normally you need to be an intermediate. The qualification for that is intermediate. There are 1 year, 2 years courses, then again 2 years research courses are there. Uh, so provision of reading a discipline up to 4 years is possible even if you are not from Sanskrit background. The minimum required qualification is intermediate or plus two. You can be a graduate, postgraduate, or a doctorate, whatever. You can do 1 year course, you can do 2 years course, you can do 4 years course in any institute where in various medium, say it English, say it in the local languages. Those institutes also have faculties who can teach in local language and certification. Once somebody is certified, he is now a certified astrologer. I personally prefer certified astrologer. Any astrologer who is nowadays practicing must have a certificate, at least 1 year certificate or 2 year certificate. He or she should have. Upcoming days may be possible, other universities may open astrology, like IGNO has introduced the postgraduation in astrology. Mewar University Chittagong, they have this BA, MA, and PhD in astrology, which are not into the Sanskrit discipline. So a discipline has got approval. So there are institutes gradually getting introduced in the society or in the educational sector to teach astrology. But anybody who uh, can study astrology will become an astrologer? Personally, no. Yes, personally, no. Because astrology is a profession which is allotted to you by the Supreme. Here, the requiter is not the State Public Service Commission or the Central Public Service Commission. That means if that much punya you have, then you can able to become an astrologer by which you can read others' karma. You can read others' karma. So, what are the requirements for that? Anybody who will become an astrologer need to conduct his or her lifestyle in a very Shaktic fashion, like less talk, time to be spent in spiritual practices, in Vedic practices, chanting mantras, and of course, the most required things to become an astrologer is reading. Regularly, you have to read. If anybody is prepared for this kind of lifestyle, astrology uh, welcomes him or her. But even if you don't have that much intention to become an astrologer, but you doubt astrology, you doubt astrologer, which you should not. But even if nowadays I am very practical, I'm practically saying that most of the youngsters are asking many irrelevant questions upon which they don't want to work upon. Suppose one engineering guy come and say me, sir, what is astrology? How to predict? Even if you have those curiosities, I will always suggest go for the certificate courses by any institute. I am not promoting any institutes here. The names I have uttered are very familiar, very popular in India. I have no intention to promote or market any institute, though I am member to some of them, but not at all. The purpose is to give you an idea about the sphere of astrological education in India. So those astro enthusiasts or astro curious personnel should go for courses. Systematic learning is necessary to understand something or very little about any discipline. Okay, if you are not prepared for the life of an astrologer, where I have also written a research paper that astrology is a way of life. It is not a livelihood. The remuneration you are getting is just the byproduct of being an astrologer. You should not sincerely try for it. In fact, you don't have that kind of lifestyle to try for it. Once you become an astrologer, you will have serious detachment for this materialistic world. By listening to others' griefs, others' sorrows, looking at their tears, you will have serious detachment. Once you are getting yourself attached to the Supreme, it will always try to get you detached from this world. So, any Astrologer is not after money, but money is the byproduct of astrology. You have to reduce your needs, you have to reduce your expenses, but a different lifestyle. Anyway, but if any person after completing the course is not prepared to become an astrologer, he or she can write books. You can become an astro researcher. For that, you need not to be a very Sattvic person. You can test horoscope, you can consult to some extent, but if you don't want to full time into it, so you can become an astro researcher. You can write books, of course, you can write general books. I can see. I should not name them, but they are available in market, well written, where a person has knowledge on astrology, knowledge on psychology, uh, he or she is blending and producing a book like that. Why I'm saying this, only listening to me, listening to other YouTubers, do not try to learn astrology. Learn astrology very systematically, and all these institutes have very, very less price for the certificate course. Very, very less price. Really. Okay. So anybody who wants to know something about astrology, I have given the details. I request you to go for courses instead of listening to others and become a dummy, semi haphazard astrologer. Because I always say there is nothing called interest in astrology. There is nothing called uh, a haphazard astrologer. So please pursue courses. The educational institutions are open. It took me 2 to 3 years. It took me 2 to 3 years to find out which are the organizations operating in India because I did not have that much scope. I had to get the guidance. Mostly, I got all the information about astrology from books. Before practicing, when I left my job, I went to Isha Yoga Center, Coimbatore, Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev, my spiritual guru, not astrological guru. Sadhguru defines astrology. So, like Guru K. N. Rao says, that he has one spiritual guru, one astrological guru, yoga guru, like that. So, anyway, so when I came back, I just went through books and learned. So, whatever I learned uh, through these years, I'm just sharing it with you. So the purpose here is that I am very upset that many uh, qualified, so-called qualified, like engineers, management, students, they are taking it quite casually, and ultimately they are making self-prediction. They are also criticizing. Always remember, you must be well trained before the fight. You must be well trained before the fight, or else you cannot fight. Similarly, you must be doing some sufficient research to reach any conclusion. So, for this kind of liberal attitude, which is rampant now, where you learned astrology from YouTube, horrible. At least you read the books of B.B. Raman and Rao. Yes, I will suggest these books. I don't have any astrological guru per se, but I consider these writers as guru from whom book or books I learnt many things. I am stopped. If Parasara Horasastra is not there, then somebody can read the Parasara Horasastra and learn something. Nowadays, it is mostly from the books, astrological principles are mentioned. The role of Guru is always to guide the pupil or disciple. Like I am guiding those who are asking me, sir, where shall we learn and all these things. But learning astrology does not necessarily make you an astrologer. Learning astrology will not necessarily make you an astrologer. For that, you need like past life karma, lifestyle refinement to become an astrologer. And of course, this is not a profession. Money, just a byproduct. Any astrologer has got very less scope to spend except on books and sadhana. So anyway, so the purpose here, I said you. So these are the institutes. They are operating many places in India as universities and local institutes or the franchise, say, of the national level institutes. This is the that time has come then when we should read astrology as an official discipline because it is being taught. There is nothing to believe. Believe things were gone before the millennium. Yes, because when it's got approved, it is done. It is no more into occult. It is no more into the Shruti Parampara of Guru Sishya. I will say something and you do that. It is like a recognized discipline. So I cannot learn physics by watching YouTube video. I cannot learn medicine by watching YouTube videos. I will learn medicine, surgery by watching YouTube videos. Then will people allow me to the OT, operation theatre? No. So similarly, if you want to say something, know something about astrology, please read it instead of looking to videos. These are only just ancillary supports to you. So the prime uh, way of learning is your self-study. Those who are not prepared for this systematic and serious study about astrology, I request them quite warmly, please keep yourself away from astrology. Do not try to learn astrology by any means. Astrology is something by which you can see your prarabdha for this lifetime. If you are troubled or troubled enough with the present situation, you pay visit to an astrologer to check that will the situation continue or some new will come. For this, people visit astrologers. We will make more videos on this gradually as new topics I think will come. I will say when my uh, videos are unplanned and thought provoking in nature. So never ever learn astrology by yourself without any systematic study from any institute. Okay. Now, or else you will always end up in wrong conclusion. Astrology is not there. Prediction is not working here. Not there. How come you know? I have no right to say anything about the medical science. These are the flaws of medical science. No, I can just gather a little bit information just to see that yes, these are the planetary combinations for which a person will suffer from cancer. But What are these cell structures? How exactly they are changing? An oncologist can say, not an astrologer. So that is why I request, and I am really glad that if some of you follow the books, the magazines, or BBB or Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, you can see the students there, right? They are from various backgrounds like medicine, administration, defense forces. After their retirement, and they're into this kind of research. Highly qualified personnel are now into this discipline. Many of them are writing books. So it is no more in the hand of spooks. Yeah, it is no more. So do not reach any conclusion, do not try to become an astrologer without formal education. Okay, so that is the purpose of today's video, to guide you where you can study, why you should study, why you should not learn by this only electronic media. I am not saying the term only, I am repeating only this electronic media. Yes, you do, you go for this guidance, but these are just ancillary. You go to the class, you listen to the lecture, you come back, you go to library, you do your own research, you write, you get it evaluated. That is how a systematic discipline is being taught in colleges or in universities. And here astrology, it's always research, unending research. So you must know the research methodologies too, for which at least you need to be post graduation. PhD is good also. So a good qualification is necessary for formal astrological education. So I always say that my videos I never rehearsed or never thought of what I will say. Whatever comes to my mind, I am just saying before you, and the information or the insights I gathered over few years. So I request you, please be very serious if you want to learn it. If you don't want to learn it, don't become a semi learner, don't become an enthusiast. That is not IPL cricket, this is not Indian movie. So I have interest in astrology, is absolutely a very fraudster statement. Okay? So those kind of people are threats to society themselves and the fraternity of astrologers too. So that's all for today. I'm just limiting the videos to half an hour. If you want me, I can speak for 1 hour, 2 hours also. But it's a problem of uploading, other things are there. And nowadays people will spend a lot of time in pub, in the nightclubs, in vacations. But they are not after, they are not genuine seeker of knowledge. I'm not saying all, normally. I hope you people also agree with me. So this video is especially for those who are the serious seekers. Those who are the serious seekers of knowledge. For amateurs, I am not making any videos. So this is all for today. And I'm trying to make as many videos as possible, but without the permission of time and wish from the Almighty, nothing is possible. We are just a medium. So pardon me if I am making any mistakes. You can like, subscribe my channel if you really like me. If you have some comments, negative comments, please put it. If you dislike me, you have all rights to click the dislike button. So, but these are the requirements of YouTube. You are on YouTube making your channels means some statistics they need. So that's why I'm saying if you are watching me, so whatever you feel like, dislike, subscribe, or you put some comments, whatever you feel like, you please do. Do it honestly. I do not demand anything which I do not deserve. Neither I need it. I do not demand anything which I do not deserve. You don't like my video, why should you give a like? But if you like it, so please subscribe, share among the genuine seekers, not among all. I am not making any clips. And please let me know if you want to hear from me on some more topics. Please let me know. You can contact me personally also. My WhatsApp number and email ID both are given on the description of the channel for any kind of research or consultation too. All you can use only those uh, contact numbers. So this is all for today, and God bless you all uh, for listening me so patiently, and uh, we shall meet soon. Shivaya Nama.